Many people today are concerned about how they look or what people think of them. The media, movies, and Photoshop are making people doubt themselves, believing they aren't beautiful just the way they are. Dove and Aerie self-love campaigns have been launched to show everyone that you are beautiful in your own way. Grand Valley's Women's Center noticed these concerns and started holding seminars to teach students they are beautiful just the way they are. Grand Valley is fortunate to have a community that embraces everyone's inner beauty, but what about the people that don't have the support? What about little kids that grow up watching Disney princess movies thinking they need to grow up to look just like them if they want to be a prince or princess? Shouldn't we feel like a prince or princess every day just being ourselves? We decided to see what some GVSU students feel about Disney and its idea of how a prince or princess should look.
I think that Disney makes their princesses with an unrealistic body type because that, in Disney's mind, is perfection. And they believe that all girls should try to strive for that perfection, even though they know that that is physically impossible.
I think Disney makes its princesses have an unrealistic body type, or has in the past, to interest girls and give them something to strive for.
I think Disney makes them have like such unrealistic body types because a lot of women kind of want to look like that already, or they did, and it gives them something to look at and say, oh, I want to be like that, I want to have that body type. And even for like boys and guys, it's like, oh, look, she's pretty, let's watch this because she's pretty.
I think they're trying to appeal to the society and what we deem as social norms for body types.
It's what we grew up looking at, like in Barbies and princesses, and they're all skinny and
trying to influence what is expected of women, even though it shouldn't be.
I do believe that this idea has a negative connotation when it comes to women and children and their perceptions of not only these princesses but of themselves, as they want to try and relate to these perfect characters, these perfect animated cartoons. They start to look negatively at themselves, thinking that they're not perfect, they don't have the right body type, they won't ever be a princess when it comes down to it.
I think this still just gives young women and children something to strive for, being like the people in the movies, with it changing to having females more prominent roles and be more independent, to be more independent in actual society.
I think this makes young women and children have more of a yearning for that type of unrealistic body type, because you see all the young girls like, oh, I want to look like that, I want to look like this. They look at the models as their role models. Well, in most times that's not very realistic, so they get really upset when they can't achieve that. A majority of like the population doesn't look like that, so there's very little chance that they can, and it just makes, it's not good. It makes them really disappointed in themselves.
It affects young women and children of how they think that they should look.
Oh my gosh, yes.
little girls grow up thinking that they have to look like a princess.
Yep.
In essence, I don't believe that Disney will ever change their stance on this, really. They've said that they will, I've heard reports that they will, but really they haven't. You look at Elsa from Frozen, you look at Anna from Frozen, they still have that really nice figure, that really nice form. So I do believe that that does take away from the idea that Disney is trying to change their character looks.
I do think Disney will change the standards of how princesses are supposed to look, because with all the movements in society, more and more pressure is going to be on Disney to make the movies more realistic.
I think Disney will change their standards. Like the Frozen movie, it's slowly moving away from the typical Disney princess. It'll take a long time, I believe, but I think they'll eventually move away just because that's not necessarily as appealing to people now, women nowadays. They don't really want to be that damsel in distress, so Disney's going to market to what people want, and when people realize, oh, we don't want that anymore, they'll change.
I think that they're trying to change their standards of how a princess should look. Like when you see like Brave, they did kind of a different take with like her crazy hair, which is kind of
She has like a more romantic
untypical
Mhm.
of what the normal female is.
Even with Princess and the Frog, they're starting to change the race
Yes.
of the princesses.
So I definitely think they're trying to change, but it's just taking a little bit.
Mhm.
Disney might be headed in the right direction with these new movies, but never forget that you are beautiful no matter what anyone says.